So you've taken the running record and you need to analyze it. So, you know how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide. We are finding in the reading community that especially for children who are struggling, it's better to keep their instructional rate up here, because they have more that they are reading accurately to aid with comprehension. This is okay, but it's more challenging as instructional text. Just information for you. Most people don't calculate the error rate. I will confess, I don't calculate the error rate, but I understand its importance and I want you to understand it too. The error rate is just the ratio of what the percentage is, of the accuracy rate. It's just different ways of saying the same thing. But sometimes we think, well, 88%, that's a big number, 88. It's really close to 100. What difference could that make? Let's do the next slide. So, if you look at the error rate, sorry, the side that says accuracy error rates, a child who's reading at 99% accuracy is making one error for every 100 words. A child who's reading at 96% accuracy is making one error every 25 words. Look at a child who's reading at 90% accuracy. They're making one error for every 10 words. Now let's drop down to 88% accuracy. One error for every 8 words. Kim, your face is exactly what mine did when I looked at that. So yes, 88%, that's a big number, really close to 100. But if we look at our struggling readers and how much they need to practice reading well, then we need to keep that instructional rate higher. And it's also why they need so much practice at their independent level the rest of the school day. Lots and lots of opportunities to read like a reader. Yes?
I'm so glad you made this distinction, because I think sometimes when you think of 90%, you look at that number and you think, oh, that used to be an A, or whatever you think. And it has nothing to do with reading. And I remember like arguing, or not arguing, but making statements, strong statements about
That's arguing.
about 90%. No, it has to be 95, and to be a fluent at grade level reader means something different than what you used to think of 90% in college.
Right. So if you are looking at where we said was a more appropriate guided reading level, at 93 to 95, look at how many words they are reading correctly versus errors. That's where you want to keep, as much as possible. You're really trying to keep their instructional level there. Because our kids who are doing so well with reading, most of what they read is up in the independent level. They are having so much practice with easy text. And we want to try to replicate that for our struggling readers so that our guided reading is a little bit easier for them, and then they have lots of opportunities for independent reading at an independent level. Okay? Back to this, the self-correction rate, again, you just add the errors to the self-corrections, divide it by the self-corrections, and it gives you another ratio. And I think the next slide, yes. You really would like to keep it at least here. Patty?
Does it mean that, let's say for excellent, that reader, for every time they made an error, they corrected it, or for every 2 errors, they corrected it once?
Exactly.
Okay.
Ideally, we want the child to correct 1 error for every 3 or 4 errors they make. And if you have children, and I'm sure you do because we all do, whose self-correction rate is 1 to 10, Either they're not noticing their errors or they don't have strategies to fix it. And that's not okay. Alrighty.